So I think they've got a really good track record to go into then sort of the next World Cup. And also I think with the football as well, I think it's sort of really energised women's sport across the board. You know, the numbers of spectators now going to watch these games and women play at the elite level is fantastic.
60,000
it's really
France game.
And more this year.
But it's also the difference in the actual audience.
Yeah.
If you go to a Six Nations game, it's a specific sort of mainly male, mainly of a certain age.
Mainly in the barber regime.
Mainly in the and has a prawn sandwich. But when you go to watch the women's game, it's families, it's kids, it's everything you need for the sport to grow.
It was the most positive. I went and did watched England versus Ireland at Welford Road, and it was the most positive sporting environment. Can do. And now, having had a daughter, I think what I love about the fact that women's sport is now on the map on everything, with cricket as well, how well they're doing, is now there are aspirational heroes to look for.
Yes,
you know, people always ask, you know, when you go to rugby dinner, who is your favourite player, who is your inspiration? It's very clear and very linear for often in men's sport. I think for women now, there are some real heroes, you know.
You're right, because actually someone was saying to me, you know, who are your sort of sporting heroes growing up? And you know, the likes of Sally Gunnell or Steffi Graf, for example, they're individual sports.
Yeah.
And actually having, you know, for the young girls now, having, you know, sporting heroes, female sporting heroes that are part of that team environment, I think is going to be, you know, fantastic for girls' sport in general.
Fantastic.
Working on that basis, Dame Mary Peters.
Yes.
I mean, her impact in Northern Ireland, absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
I remember going to the Lions tour in 2005.
I love that. It's fantastic.
Lions games, actually, for uni, we did
watch the Lions. I love the Lions, and
I'm very good. Yeah.
I would love to have been there for the 1997 Lions tour. That one I feel I really missed out on. If that was like an ultimate kind of go back and watch, I'd love to have been there for that.
That's what made everyone fall in love even more with the Lions, because it was a proper video tour, wasn't it?
But it was the first, wasn't it the first professional era time?
Yes.
So everyone was like, is it going to work?
Yes.
And it was such a big shift. And of course now, because the game's gone on so much professionally, it is such a challenge now to go down there and win anything with the Lions. That I just find the tactics, it's all the things we just talked about on steroids, effectively, because you're putting all that together in a short space of time to beat some of the best teams in the world. And I find that fascinating.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm very conscious of time. So can I just finish with a quick hopes for your team at the Rugby World Cup? And any of you can start as you see fit. Should we start with the High of Scotland, who carry enormous hopes into Rugby World Cup 2023?
I've just said to you that optimism is not my strength.
No, I'm just fanning the flames of optimism for them.
Getting out of that pool would be a huge achievement. Anything after that might be.
I think Scotland, the schedule suits you to get out.
Shush.
Stop it.
Be optimistically negative. That's what it may or may not go well. They're very happy about it. Just as long as everyone takes part, makes it home safe.
I'm hoping, because look, I've said for a few years now that Scotland are one of the only teams that buy a ticket to go watch, because I think, you know, the way that Finn Russell can play, but I think he can cause some problems. And you've got the hardest game at the first game and the fourth game. So you're set up to try and take one of those. So.
Confidence pulls forth. They'll be feeding off this.
I don't want to do.
What about Wales? Is there a message for Warren Gatland?
Wales. So I was reminding myself that Wales were in the semi-final in the last World Cup.
They were.
And 4 years, you think it's not long, it's a long time in rugby.
Should have won that
I know.
Yes.
And actually, that was,
Yes, that's true.
it was the South African one, wasn't it? Because they went on then to play England.
But
and
they were out.
It was brutal, And it was, you know, when you lose so close and you think you're on the upper hand, I find it's the hope that kills my sport. Like, you think to yourself, this is it, you're going to do it, and then just the come down from that. But I think, you know, it's been a bit of a rebuilding phase. It's not been easy. I think, you know, everyone knows that about where Welsh rugby is. Warren is a steady pair of hands. He's done a great job for many years now, and the hope is he can start bringing in some new talent, young players. Got 2 young guys, effectively captain and co-captain now for Wales. So I'm quietly optimistic. It's always good you have a slightly less good build-up, and that means hopefully you get out of the way and you do
Big
better in the
first
tournament.
game.
Yeah, it's a big first game, and Australia is going to be, one of the toughest groups toughest games in the group. But Fiji, as we well know from beating England a few weeks ago, is going to be just as tough. So
too happy.
yeah, but,
Yeah.
it's going to be. I think it shakes things up, and it's important that everyone's on their A game. So I'm excited.
And you're going to